So after playing the game pretty damn fucking hardcore for the last almost 2 weeks, I've put a lot of time into it. In just like a week and a half, I do not want to say how long I've played the game, but fuck me, I played the game a lot. I don't know how many hours, but I think it's over 50 in a week and a half. So you do the math. You did the math there. That's pretty crazy. But enough is enough. The game, I love it. Well, I want to love it. But no, enough is enough. I will check it out again when the second expansion comes out. But I mean, they came out and said that they won't make the same mistakes again with their next expansions. I don't fucking believe them. The first expansion was terrible. 3 missions, 2 strikes. 3 missions. The first one was 5 minutes long. The second one was 10 minutes long. The third one was 20 minutes long. So that's good. Lol. JK. So that's 40 minutes for the missions. For the main story, for the story of this £20 expansion. For the story, to beat the story. 40 minutes. 40 fucking minutes. The raid. Don't get me started on the fucking raid, because I will kill every person ever. The strikes. But don't get me started on the strikes. And what's even more fucking insulting, the 40 minutes of story here, story mission content, in the first expansion. Most of it, you've already fucking done. Because you're going through the exact same fucking areas, only in fucking reverse. It's like a freaking racing game where it's been like, hey, you know the track you've been doing over and over again? How about we do it in reverse? It's a completely different track. No, it's fucking not. Even though that's a pretty bad freaking, comparison, because that does change it radically in a racing game. It doesn't fucking change it here at all, because it's a fucking first-person shooter. The thing that changes it is the enemies and stuff like that. You're fighting the same enemies, no new enemies. You're fighting the exact same enemies in this £20 expansion. £20, 20 quid, half the price of a game. Okay, half the price of a fucking game, and nothing new. There's nothing new in the DLC. There's a few new models. But they're reskins, a few new weapon models. But all the enemies are the exact same. You're fighting the exact same enemies. The bosses are reskins. Or they're not even like reskins. They're barely reskins. Their head is different. Like the head on the boss is different. Everything else about the body is the exact same as the other enemies in the game. I don't get it. It really annoys me because the gameplay, the gunplay is so fucking good. It's so good. Like, so good. Like, so fluid, guns are awesome. So satisfying to be shooting and killing the enemies. Getting the headshots. Especially the hand cannons. But the multiplayer, I love the multiplayer, the Crucible, but it is really unbalanced. Poor design. Because they've tried to, it's like Dark Souls. It's like the campaign in Dark Souls was amazing. The PvP was fucking awful. It wasn't designed. They clash with each other and they completely fuck each other over. It's just, they either should have been, they shouldn't have been separate, but they're just so poorly designed. They clash with each other, they fuck each other over, Crucible affects the campaign and makes that less enjoyable, and then the campaign affects the Crucible and makes that less enjoyable, and there's no fucking matchmaking in the fucking high-level strikes, the Nightfall strikes, the heroic strikes. No matchmaking, so you have to do it on your own. If you don't have friends, if you don't have anyone on at that time, you can't do the fucking raid if you don't have friends, and even then the raid is pointless because it's freaking the raid is just the first The raid is just a reskin. The end of the boss is a reskin. And then the beginning of the raid is just a fucking horde mode. You're at these points. And you are just defending the points. It's a horde mode again. The raid is just a horde mode with a boss. Apparently it's fucking amazing. Apparently. But it isn't. It's a fucking horde mode with a reskinned boss. That's all it is. It's not anything else. I don't know about the second expansion. I don't know about the raid. I don't really know about the raid, the second one. But there's no matchmaking. So, yeah. Just don't know. And the fucking loot. The loot is random. No good loot. I've been using the exact same fucking assault rifle for the last fucking 40 hours of gameplay. And it's boring. Boring. And the assault rifle looks exactly the same apart from it's orange. It's an orange. It's orange. It's got a colour of orange paint on it. That's the only difference. And it's got an ACOG scope on it. And that's it. Nothing else different. And that's it. And it's a legendary. I've got all legendary gear apart from my heavy gun. And it's just level 28. And I'm just doing the fucking same thing over and over again. I'm just doing bounties every fucking day over and over again. And even when I do unlock something new, it's not new. It's just a variant of the same mission. Just doing that again. So enough is enough. My limit has been. I've got to the limit for the game, which is a shame because I really want to play it. I really want to like it, but no, it's done. I don't know. I mean, the game will. The game will still have a dedicated following, but the game will still be huge, I think, but it will still get a negative reception from that. You know, from the huge amount of people that are playing it. I still think the reception from those people is still bad. It's still not good. They're not really enjoying it. I'm pretty sure they're not enjoying it, you know. Like I said, there's nothing to do in the game. The game is about 4 hours long. There's nothing to do. I'm doing the exact same thing over and over again. And then about an hour or two of playing the fucking game a day, you can't do anything because there's nothing to fucking do. There's literally nothing to do. You have to wait 24 hours for the things to reset. And then you have to wait. You can only do the raid once a fucking week. A week. I do not play games to have a fucking limit on what I can do in the game. That's a job. This is a job. This game is a job. This game is a job. And it's not a good job. It's a bad job. It's a fucking frustrating job. It's a horrible job. It's a job with random pay at the end of the week. Or at the end of the day. At the end of the day, there's a random pay. At the end, you get random pay. It's a job. It's a terrible job with a random wage. A random wage. So one day you get £1, and then next day you get £1,000,000. It's just horrible. It's a horrible experience. The mission design is terrible. It's really bad. It's horde mode, scanning and horde. You scan something and then it's horde mode for the every mission basically. And it's so repetitive. You're fighting the same enemies over and over and over and over and over again. All the enemies might as well be the same. Really, I mean, hey, I'm a small dude, or hey, I'm a really weak dude, but has a long range sniper, or hey, I'm a big juggernaut dude, and that's all the enemy types in the entire game for all the races. That's all they are. They're the exact same. They're nothing different. I mean, the Minotaurs, the robot Minotaurs, they're the exact same as the Knights. They're literally the exact same. No difference. No difference. It feels like a very, 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 very lazy game, and they are treating their people. I mean, it feels like slavery. I mean, really, They're treating you are slaves to the game, and you are being treated so poorly. Nothing, no food, no water, nothing. I'm done with Destiny. Or should I say, Destiny is done with me. Wah-ha-ha. Don't know what that was for. Wah-ha-ha. Wah-ha-ha.